Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Beyond the South Stand Unscripted. Morgan, perhaps you'd just like to explain to everyone what unscripted means and what we're going to be doing over the summer.
It's Beyond the Barclay off script.
Beyond the South Stand off script.
Beyond the South Stand off script. That's what it is. So we thought that usually we pose 5 to 10 questions to rival fans of clubs coming to Carrow Road. However, over the summer, obviously being, football's sort of in a lull, we thought to ourselves, well, why don't we talk to fans of clubs that have been promoted or have won some silverware across the football pyramid, ranging from Liverpool down all the way down to those who are now entering League Two. So that's why we're here. That's what we're doing. Let's see how it goes. It's just off script.
Yeah, I think it's nice as well because obviously Norwich haven't won anything this season, have they? And we haven't won anything for
mid-table finish.
Yeah, we haven't won anything for a couple of years, so it's actually nice to sort of live through the experience of our other fellow football fans and get to know a little bit more about.
Like how you lived through me and my hijinks.
Well, yeah, through your quiff, yeah. So, I mean, without further ado, we've been waffling on for about a minute and a half now, and Mr. Luke Burns has been sitting there waiting patiently to introduce himself. So, Luke, if you'd just like to say hello to everyone, well, introduce yourself, what you do for a living, and what football team you support.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me, Jez. My name's Luke Burns, and I'm a chartered surveyor.
Yeah. For
my sins, and I support Birmingham City for my sins.
Yes, yeah.
You can't say that. You've had a terrific season.
No, you've done.
No, we have. We have had a great season. We have. It's not been easy though, being a Birmingham fan, I would say, but I'm not going to complain. We've had a great season.
No,
that's
definitely.
The championship.
I mean, I'd love to sort of see that shirt, but it looks like you're sitting in your next door neighbour's kitchen. You're that far away.
I'm in the office, but got the old 1995 shirt on at the moment.
Who's the sponsor?
Auto windscreens. This is.
Yeah. What's around your neck? Is that the shirt sponsor?
That's Admiral. Yeah.
Admiral. Ah, okay.
You kind of look like a pasta.
Pasta.
Rigatoni. For like a church group. That shirt.
Oh, pasta, right. I thought you meant pasta.
Not as in like fusilli.
Pasta, yeah, with the collar, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice shirt actually, yeah.
It's lovely, yeah. It's really nice. Yeah. So I think probably fair to give everyone the warning that me and Luke have known each other for 8-9 years now, Luke, is it? Something like
that? 8 years.
I'm sorry to hear that, Luke.
It's a shame.
How did he get you on a forum? Did he get you on a football forum as well?
No, we met on a mutual friend stag do. Would you believe? And because we've got a good, we built up a good rapport pretty quick. We've got mutual interests and just got talking and stayed in touch ever since, really. And yeah, that's it, really. 8 years ago, yeah.
And a certain he won't thank me for name dropping him, but a certain Mr. Tozer was on our stag weekend, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was there. He's obviously just announced his retirement a couple of days ago. So
no, really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you're watching, Ben, I hope you enjoy your retirement and good luck with whatever you do. Hopefully within football still. I think he would make an excellent coach.
Yeah, best of luck then.
Yeah, definitely. And we went to go and watch that weekend. We went to go and watch Dortmund, didn't we?
We did, yeah. We went with Neil and Ryan, and we met some of our German friends over there who hosted us and got us tickets. We had a good weekend.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, we went to. I always remember we went to watch. My German pronunciation's awful, but Bochum
Bochum, yeah, we went there as well.
And Mark, we had 2 Norwich players that would join Norwich the following season. Were playing in that game. I think it was Marco Stiepermann and Marcel Frank.
Oh,
Marcel Frank. Yeah, so he.
How can anyone forget him?
Yeah. But it was it was just a great weekend of football, and as I said, a nice sort of link with Norwich City there as well. With obviously this was the season before Fark came in.
Yeah.
So it was good. Luke, perhaps you'd like to just talk to the audience about Birmingham City, then what it means to you, how long you supported the club for, and perhaps some of your best memories as a fan.
Well, I've supported them probably since I was 5 or 6 years old. So my dad took me to my first game, and ever since then I've been a Birmingham fan. I used to be a season ticket holder down there as well until about 2004, and then ever since then, me and my dad have just been going down a few games a season, and that's it really. And I've got some fond memories of being a Birmingham fan over the years. Some good, some bad, but I think we're a real football club. I think I've got some fond memories of the game, especially in the 90s as well. And went to my first game against Leyton Orient. We won 3-0. And I remember that actually all those years ago. And made some good friends as well along the way through my dad as well.
Brilliant.
And got some good memories of St Andrews and how it used to look before it was redeveloped in the late 90s, and then I've seen quite a few great games of football and some equally not so good performances as well. But that's football.
What's your I mean, like, you must be at at this point in time. I mean, like, from my perspective, Birmingham have always been like, solid. They're or thereabouts in the Championship. You've spent a fair lot of that time kind of bobbing around mid-table. What happened?
Yeah.
Where did it go wrong? Why did you get relegated? What was that? Tell us a story about that.
It was a long time coming, I think, and I would say for a good 5 or 6 seasons we were flirting with relegation and constantly looking over our shoulders at the drop, basically, and ever, we kept flirting with relegation, and every time we kept staying up, but we didn't deserve. The last time when we got relegated, we didn't deserve to stay up at all. I actually thought we were terrible and we deserved to go down to League One. And I think since we won the Carling Cup, in that instance, it was a gradual decline for Birmingham City. It was either win the Carling Cup or go down that season, and we did in 2011. And it's just a gradual decline, basically. And we had problems with the ownership of the club, and the Golds and Sullivan era was great for us. I've got nothing against them myself, but the rest of the fan base did, and that ultimately forced them to sell to Carson Young.
Right.
And then you got various seasons then of underinvestment in absolutely everything, and obviously we had huge financial penalties, and we weren't able to invest as much money as probably what we should have done, and just that kind of unfortunately, we went through that spell of hiring and firing managers as well, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back, I think.
Yeah.
And it kind of summed it up for us, really, to go back to what you asked me about the relegation when we got, I don't know how many managers we got through at that point, but when we got rid of John Eustace, when we were 6th in the table, I think.
Yeah.
That was a huge turning point, and it was just a nosedive down the table. And I thought maybe when Tony Mowbray joined us as well, we perhaps turned a corner. And I really liked the guy, but unfortunately, because of his own health problems, he wasn't able to stay with Birmingham, and then we ended up having to bring Gary Rowett in as caretaker manager, and he couldn't do enough at that point. It was the damage had already, unfortunately, been done when we thought, bringing in Wayne Rooney was a great idea as well. All these kind of bad decisions when Rooney joined us as well. It was a bit of a kind of like, here we go again. There's that kind of moment when Rooney joined us, and Gary Rowett joined us, couldn't do anything more really. He joined just too late, and we couldn't really do much. We were, that's right,
And you, I remember I remember at the time when you sacked him, and I was like, you sacked him, right? He didn't leave.
We did, we sacked him. So,
and I was like, what are you guys thinking? Like, because at the time, Rowett's stock was particularly high. I don't know where he is now. Where is Rowett now? He's not at Millwall, is he?
Oh, no, he went to he went to Oxford, didn't
he? Yeah,
and that effectively kept him up.
Yeah, you were, in my opinion, on the ascension with under Rowett, and it made no sense to me when he was kind of sacked. And I think,
well, Morgan, just to stop you there, Luke, I'll let you explain.
What? Sorry.
Eustace. It was Eustace they sacked, wasn't it?
It was John Eustace. Sorry, it's John Eustace. So when we were playing, we weren't playing the sort of style of football I think that the board wanted. We were, I would say, a lot more defensive, and to be fair, Eustace, his management style is a little bit more bread and butter, let's say. Okay.
Yeah.
The style of football that apparently Wayne Rooney was going to bring was going to be the more all-out attack, more a bit more friendlier to the eye to watch, a bit more continental style, and exactly for Birmingham City, the fans aren't interested in any of that. We were grinding out results at the time, and for him to get sacked, it was like we're going round in circles again. We did the same to Gary Monk, and we also did the same to Gary Rowett. We got rid of them at quite crucial times of the season, and we were playing well at the time as well. And for me, it was like I was just saying to my dad, this is like reliving it all over again. It's just becoming frustrating. And there was paper talk at the time that Rooney was going to come to the club with a bit of a mixed reception. I'm not sure if all Blues fans will agree with that, but I think it was a bit of a mixed reception. Is it just a name that that's coming to the club? His pedigree as manager wasn't that good either. I mean, I know he didn't have a great spell with Derby. I think he did the best he could with Derby given the circumstances, but he didn't get them promoted or anything like that. Maybe his hands were tied. Okay, cut him some slack, but he then went to America. He didn't do very well there. So I think when he joined Birmingham, it was a bit of a, why have we done this? But is it just the name that we're bringing? And that backfired pretty quick, really, because it got to about January time, and he got the sack, and then of course Mowbray joined, and he couldn't, unfortunately, because of his own health problems, he couldn't see out the season and keep us up. So we ended up getting Gary Rowett in just to steady the ship, really. And but that wasn't enough, and he wasn't to blame for that. He had no time to turn anything round, really. And so, quite frankly, we deserve to go down, really.
No, and that's it. And I think it helped you, didn't it? I think you had a bit of a reset. You got Jay Stansfield in, which for league, perhaps you can talk about some of your other signings, but I thought Jay Stansfield was a particularly good signing, albeit you spent quite a bit of money on him. Maybe just talk about this season that's just gone and what went right. Talk about the manager and talk about some of the signings. Sorry, that's quite a lot there.
It's okay. We did have a reset. So, like you said, Jez, we took the opportunity to have a reset, and we got rid of some of the dead wood. We got rid of quite a few players that just didn't need to be there. And I would say the signing of the season has got to be Chris Davis. That shadow of doubt as a manager. Yep. Because he came from Tottenham. He's the type of manager that I think he retired from football very early in his career because of injury, but he actually then studied the game quite intensely, and so he worked his way up in coaching, and then obviously ended up at Tottenham as an understudy to Ange Postecoglou, who's since left Spurs now. Yeah, but for us, it was quite a big coup for the club, actually, when he was announced as manager. I'd never actually heard of him, if I'm entirely honest. And I think it was his first managerial job as well. And he came and he obviously did a great job for us and got us up at the first time of asking. Yeah. I think we've had a couple of shaky results along the way, but I don't think anyone can really complain that he's done a fantastic job there.
No, it's great. I mean, how many points did you finish with? It was phenomenal, wasn't it? Was it
140? We broke the record there as well, and we beat Wolves. I think Wolves, or was it Reading? I can't remember now. They had the record of points. But we ended up getting 111.
111, that's brilliant.
111 points.
It's
so
just
no one can complain at that. It's a great season.
Pure domination. Isn't it? I think the only sort of blot on the copybook, I guess, was the I was going to call it the auto windscreen trophy because of your shirt, but it's not that.
The old name, the EFL trophy,
the EFL trophy. So I mean, that was probably the only blot.
We've got a Peterborough fan lined up.
Oh, have we?
Have you? Oh, yeah. Okay, fair play. They totally outplayed us. Yeah.
So I remember I met this guy at my dad's cousin's birthday party, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a Man United fan, but I'm originally from Peterborough, so I Peterborough my team, and we've got the EFL Cup coming up with Birmingham, and he was just like, not going to happen. Anyway, I remember checking the score that the subsequent days after my interaction with him, and obviously they'd beaten Brummie, and I messaged him, and he was just like, he messaged me a load of gobbledygook because I think he was still out from their celebration. He was like, I'll come on your podcast. But I mean, I honestly expected you guys to walk all over them. So,
we went into that game, I think, a little bit, don't know about arrogance, but we certainly went in there expecting it. We were the favourites for it, but we didn't turn up at all. Davis was very disappointed with that. I think, I don't think there's anyone specifically to blame, but I just think our overall approach to the game wasn't very good at all. And that there were two great goals from Peterborough, and they deserved to win it. So fair play to them.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Did you go to that game?
I didn't actually, no, because I haven't got a season ticket anymore. I haven't really got any skin in the game in terms of getting tickets. I haven't got any priority or anything.
Yeah.
So I did have a chat with my dad and say, look, if it comes out on general sale, would you be interested? And he said he would, but it just didn't get that far. So no, I didn't go to the game in the end. I just watched it on the TV with my parents. But there's a lad in our office who tried to get tickets for that, and he had 3 people in the virtual queue trying to get tickets for him, and he still couldn't get tickets. Yeah.
So like I'm feeling a little bit scared of for next season again about Birmingham and Wrexham. I'm actually I'm a little bit scared. I think they'll be really tough. I think you've got like confidence coming back into the Championship. I imagine you've probably got a bit of money to spend as well. What's your feeling coming back into the Championship? Where do you see the sort of season, like how do you feel the season will pan out for you?
That's a good question. So the Championship is not an easy league. I almost think it's like a Premier League round 2 almost, if you catch my drift, because there are so many big teams in there now. It's not like 20 years ago where there was a bit of a gulf between the favourites and sort of the smaller teams, and so you think, well, it's quite easy to predict where you think we will be, but this time round, it's going to be difficult. So I think we're going to play well, and I think we're going to comfortably stay up. But whether going for a promotion, that feels a bit like a bit too much of an ask at the moment. It really depends on how we start the season, I think. But I'm quite defensive as a fan. I'm a realist, and I think although the board definitely want us to go up, I think it's going to be a difficult one.
The thing is, I think you've got momentum, and I think that's there's a lot to be said. There's a lot to be said for that. And if you look at Norwich when we went down to League One, Sheffield United, Ipswich Town, pain me to say that, but that momentum from League One bleeds into the Championship, and you're
right,
slingshotting yourselves up, and that's why I said I feel that Wrexham and Birmingham are going to be ones to be wary of, less so Southampton and Leicester coming down from the Prem. I think you guys are going to be up there. Wrexham and Birmingham are going to be up there and thereabouts for sure. I genuinely believe that.
Yeah, I think a good example is when we played Newcastle in the Cup earlier in the season. That was a good game to watch because it was Prem versus a League One team. And we narrowly lost that game, but we were up for it, and I think we're going to be up for it in the Championship. But it's very 100%. It's very hard to call, really. I think I agree with you, Morgan. There is that momentum from last season, and it can bleed through into the Championship. And I agree with you, but I think it'll be a tough one. I can see us comfortably mounting a good challenge, but whether we go up at the first time of asking, that's difficult, really.
I think a lot of it, Luke, is recruitment as well, isn't it? I mean,
that's right. Yeah. Depends on how much money we do get. What we spend as well.
I was going to say, have you signed anyone yet, or is it?
Yes, we have. Yeah, from Hanover, Philip Newman, I think. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, Philip Newman. But he signed on a pre-contract agreement in January, so he's now joined. Okay. So he's one of the first signings.
Yeah,
and that's it so far. But I mean, the aforementioned.
Sorry, go on. No, I was always going to say, is the aforementioned Stansfield's going to score goals next season, isn't he?
Yeah, we did well there. I mean, don't get me wrong, we having the money helps as well for us to get promoted at the first time of asking, and you know, get 111 points as well was a fantastic record as well.
Yeah.
I think Stansfield, don't get me wrong, he's had a great season for us, but I think, we've got some more to see from him. I thought at times he's only a young player still, so he's got time there. I think he was wanting a bit more extra, what's the word? A bit more extra competition, a bit more. I think he wanted a bit more of a test, let's say. Because, you know, some of the opposition that we had probably weren't, you know, who he was used to playing against. Forgetting that he dropped, he basically dropped down a division, because we thought when he signs for us on loan, he'll just go back to Fulham, and then, you know, maybe he'll go on somewhere else. But he effectively jumped down a division to stay with us, and now he's back up in the Championship. So I think we've got some more to see from Stansfield for sure. Yeah.
Definitely.
Who else would you say are ones to watch? Your current team going up?
I quite like Keshi Anderson. He had a fantastic season for us. Ethan Laird as well, one of our defenders as well. And to be fair, we've now we've got Christoph Clara as well, one of our centre backs. You know, these are all players that have really helped out. Really, they've really put in a good season for us. Christian Bielik to a lesser extent, although I think he was out injured as well towards the end of the season. But you know, we've now rebuilt quite a robust squad there, and you know, we need to add in some reinforcements.
You don't think that you'll? I mean, there's always the danger of when you get promoted that you jettison those players that have kind of got you up. I mean, I know that if you look back about 10 years ago with Watford, Jez will probably haven't sweating fits me mentioning Watford on the pod, but with regards to you know, a club like that, they were very cutthroat in terms of they're like, right, we're in the Premier League now, we need a Premier League team. Is that something that Burton will do, or do you think that you'll retain the core, or 75% of that squad?
I'd like to think that that Davis will stick loyal and you know, stick with the bulk of the squad that got us up there in the first place. And I think we've got players there that probably shouldn't have been playing in League One, really. League, they're you know, good Championship, potentially Premier League material there. So I think we would be stupid to start splashing the cash too much. But I think we will stick loyal rather than bringing in a whole new squad again, because I don't think that is a great thing to do.
Do you have money to spend?
That's a very good question. I don't know, actually. I think we do, but there's not really a lot of talk about what our budget will be. I don't know what other Blues fans would say to that, what they hear through the grapevine. But I think we do have some money available for sure.
I think it's this similar ownership models to Norwich, isn't it? In the sense that you've got American owners. I know you've got Tom Hardy. Is he invested in Tom? What did I say? Tom? Who's Tom Hardy?
That's your Billy. That's your Billy Piper.
Billy Piper. Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy of
Tom Brady. We have Tom
Brady.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy. It's been a long day. Tom Brady. So I mean, how much has he invested in those? I know he's such a massive name, isn't he?
He is. Yeah, I think he's. I'm not sure how much of it he owns though.
Right.
But he's.
When I say he's invested, I also mean emotionally invested as well.
I'm not sure really. It's that's a good one really. I don't know, because his background isn't football at all. It's American football, isn't it? Yeah.
And has he got any links to Birmingham?
I don't think he has. I don't think so. I'm not going to complain. It's good for us as a city and as a football club. I mean, the exposure that we've had throughout last season was great. You know, we then suddenly became very quickly kind of competitors to Wrexham because they've also got American owners as well. There's also talk of a Netflix series as well and all of that. So there's competition there. Or Amazon Prime, I'm not sure, but there's a talk of a TV show as well, similar to Wrexham's, and of course the American ties as well. We suddenly became quite almost rivals with them. We played 2 great games this season as well. So that was televised in America as well. So. Yeah, we're getting exposure where we didn't have any before, which I think is brilliant, and I think I like the presenteeism of the owners as well. You know, we went through spells where we didn't know who owned the football club. You know, who's making the decisions, who's buying the players. Now I think we've got some stability there. The owners are at the games as well. They're seen out and about in the city as well, especially on match day. They do like to get involved with the fans and, you know, turn up at the local pub and
amazing.
You know they are there, which is good, and you know you don't always see that in football owners. And of course they want to redevelop the stadium as well, and redevelop Wheels Park in Birmingham and turn that into a sports quarter.
Wow.
That will be interesting.
Yeah, much needed, I'd say. I mean, I think the last time we talked, St Andrews was they're falling apart a little bit, but I think they've done.
It was a legacy, I think, of the previous ownership and lack of maintenance, lack of investment in the actual football stadium. And to be fair, the owners, they put the money where the mouth was at the time, and they got the ground back up and running pretty quick. We were able to sell out quite a few games last season as well. You know, which is which is good.
Well, when you're on the up and up, it's always like, you know, it's that kind of, it's that fan, and Jez will love me saying this, it's the fan groundswell that drives the club forward, which is why I think next season you can find yourselves up there. Pains me to say it, because obviously, you know, being a Norwich fan, I'd rather have that place at the table. But I do think that Birmingham and Wrexham are going to be challenging up the top end of the championship. I mean, everything you're saying at the moment, you know, in regards to your resurgence, makes it, you know, scary for a rival club, really. So I mean, we've got what, West Brom. It'll be you guys in West Brom for the Birmingham crown, or the Birmingham area crown.
Yeah, it will be.
What is your, in terms of West Brom, what is your kind of like rival relationship like?
It's not a strong rivalry, really. There's always a bit of banter there. I've worked with Baggies fans in the past, and there's always a little bit of banter there, but it's not really what I would call a big derby in that sense. It's not like Birmingham versus Aston Villa. That's a different kettle of fish. That at times is very much different, and there's almost hate there, I think, between the clubs. But with the Baggies, it's not quite like that. And to be fair, I'm one of those Blues fans that likes Midlands football to do well. You know, we all have a laugh and a joke with each other, but really, you know, we've all been there. And I like to think we're similar clubs as well. I think that'll be a tricky side to play. They're never an easy team, really. The Baggies aren't.
Well, they've just appointed Ryan Mason, haven't they? So it'll be interesting to see.
That'll be interesting. Yeah, I read about that. He's another up-and-coming manager. He's just left. He was at Spurs again, wasn't he?
Yeah, very similar route to you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be an interesting appointment. That will, whether it's another Chris Davis, someone else who, obviously he had to retire prematurely because of that injury against. Was it Hull? I can't remember now.
It was Hull.
I don't know. Hale, didn't he? Fractured skull. And
or was it when he was
never got over it?
Because he was playing at Hull, wasn't he? I think at the time, or was he playing for Spurs?
I can't quite remember off the top of my head now, but I know
you're right.
He finished his career, unfortunately. But it's good that he's managed to stay in the game as well. And, he's just joined the Baggies. So that'd be an interesting appointment. Yeah.
Do you know much about our new appointment?
I don't actually. He was at Bristol City last season, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And they did fairly well for Bristol City.
Yeah,
they did. Yeah, I think no disrespect to other clubs, they probably did punch above the weight. But I think to join a team like Norwich, I think, and you want to go up, like every other team. But I think with Norwich, you want to be back up in the Premier League, whether or not he'll do the job for you or not. That's another thing, isn't it? But it'll be an interesting appointment, and I hope it all works out.
No, definitely. Are we going to see you at Carrow Road next season, Mr. Burns?
It's a long old trek from Birmingham. I would like to go back.
I've been there many times. Get a megabus. There are other bus
megabus. No, megabus. It's from where I am now. It's got to be best part of 4 hours away.
Oh, really?
Where are you based?
I'm in Worcester.
Okay.
Yeah, I've recently moved down to Worcester from Solihull, just outside Birmingham. But
Solihull.
It is nice. Yeah, it is nice. But
Shirley, one of my best friends, if he listens to this, Josh Farrell. I've spent many an hour in Shirley.
Yeah. Only down the road. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I'd love to go back to Carrow Road, Jez, but it depends on when the fixtures fall. And it's also very, very difficult to get away tickets for Blues now. It used to be really, I wouldn't say easy, but it used to be straightforward. Even if you didn't have a season ticket, I've got a booking history with them. I used to be able to get away tickets, reasonably easily, but now we sold out almost every away game last season. It'll be probably the same this season.
Yeah.
Right.
So getting a ticket will be tricky. But if there is a ticket available in the Norwich end, and if it all falls on the right day, then maybe
Tuesday night in December.
Maybe I won't speak to anyone for 90 minutes because the accent probably gives you away that I'm not from Norwich. But
the accent might. Well.
Say again, sorry.
The accent might.
He might do, yeah. He might give it away. But I do like Carrow Road. I do like Norwich as a city as well. I've been there several times. For work mostly, but I've also been to Blues versus Norwich before, where you beat us 1-0. I remember it now. 2016, I think it was now. I remember. Me and a mutual friend, we travelled down from Birmingham to meet Jez and a few of the
Bear.
People. Yes, the Bear. Yeah. Yeah, he follows Blues everywhere though. He's got I still think he's got his season ticket and all that, but he goes to a few away games as well. But Norwich is it is a nice place. It's a good it's a nice stadium as well.
Luke, Morgan is. I can sense he is dying to ask the question. Morgan, I'm not even going to ask you what you want to ask because I know you asked the question right now.
Me?
Yeah.
What question's that then?
Well, the question that's on the tip of your tongue.
I was just thinking about Killian going away to all of our away and home games.
I thought you were going to ask about the Bear and how he got his nickname. Because I don't know.
There are many stories, but I've asked that question about 2 or 3 times. I've never had the same answer.
Is he from Daventry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he lives there now. I think he lives not far away. But yeah, even I don't know that one, Jez. So
lost to the mists of time.
No one calls him by his actual name. But,
no, it's just the bear, isn't it?
Yeah. It is just the bear. Even Jez calls him the bear.
Does Jez have a nickname?
No, just Jez to me. I don't think I've ever called you Jeremy.
Look at his face.
Well, I was going to say, it'd be remiss for us again not to give a shout out to Mr. Robert Sharp, who brings it all together, doesn't he? It was actually Rob's stag weekend, wasn't it, that we met?
It was Rob's stag weekend in Dortmund, where I met Jez.
Easily probably one of the nicest guys I've ever met is Rob. He now works for the Northamptonshire Fire Service now, doesn't he, Luke?
Yeah, he's in the dispatch.
Yeah, he's a lovely guy. He's funny enough, Morgan. He was a Rushden and Diamonds fan.
Oh, really?
And obviously, Rushden and Diamonds went bust. So the reason we went out to Dortmund was because when that happened, he didn't pick another team in the UK. He decided to become a Dortmund fan.
Oh wow!
And he's actually, it's brilliant. And he's actually set up his own Borussia Dortmund fan group. That is called Daventry Borussen, if I've actually pronounced that right.
Yeah.
So it's the Daventry Borussia Dortmund fan group, if anyone wants to search that on social media. But what a guy. But gone a bit off topic there. So I think to finish, guys,
off script, Morgan, if you will.
Pardon?
Off script, if you will.
Yeah.
Come on, Jez.
Oh, well, yeah, I've got it. Yeah.
Off script.
A bit late. Yeah, very good.
So to speak.
Yeah, with the whole episode, really. Morgan, over to you, please, for the random question of the week.
Okay, Luke, I'm glad you're sitting down because I always ask that because it's so powerful.
Is it one of those trivia-based questions? Because I said to Jez, I'm not like the bear. Bear can reel off random facts about England and Birmingham City. My knowledge just isn't there at that level.
Have zero expectations about this question, Luke. Is absolutely fine. Turn your chair around, Morgan.
So is this going to become a thing? Because it's every time.
Yeah, get the WD.
Am I the guinea pig for this? This is the first episode of this podcast.
We've done it a few times before.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
This is yeah.
Random question of the week. Oh
my God.
So, Birmingham City known as the Blues.
Yes.
What's your favourite? What's your favourite out of this plethora of Blue? Blue, the boy band.
Yeah.
Bluey, the TV series, cartoon series.
Blue Speedos.
Blue Speedos.
There's
also a song by Eiffel 65 you've missed out as well.
A blue sky in the morning, silver dawning.
Okay.
Blue the song by ELO, something about blue skies.
It's Eiffel 65 you've missed that out as well.
And also Eiffel 65, Blue Dabba-Dee, Dabba-Doo.
That takes me back to around 1999. Definitely Blue Dabba-Dee.
And why?
It reminds me of listening to Radio 1, trying to record it.
On a cassette?
On a cassette, yes.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that. And it reminds me of it being played at various school discos as well.
When is that where you had your first snog?
Ooh. This is going off script now, isn't it?
That's the whole point.
Maybe.
Good idea.
I tell you what, I had my first ever snog. Can't believe I'm telling anyone this. I had my first snog behind my mum's shed down Redfern Close in Scarning Council cul-de-sac with my neighbour. Her name is Kerry Ann. So Kerry Ann, I hope you're doing well.
Shout out to Kerry Ann.
Yes,
Shout out,
you don't get away
shout
with that
out to
easily, do
Scarly
you?
Method. Shout out to
get away with
Scarly
that.
Massive.
Shout out to the Sky. Go on, Jez. What about you?
What favourite blue thing?
No. Dog. He's not had one yet. What is that? What is that?
I don't know if I can actually say at the moment.
Of course
To
you
be honest.
can. The internet, anything's possible.
Don't know. First school, probably. I don't know. Oh, no, first school, middle school. Yeah,
Go on.
Middle school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why just say that and not tell us?
I generally can't tell you the story.
I think we'll leave it at that then. By the seems
I
of
think
it,
so.
by that look
I
on your
think
face, Jez.
This is
Yeah,
a
I
family
think so.
podcast. There's a family.
Have you,
family
Jez,
podcast.
have you asked anyone else to join the podcast that we know?
In general?
Any of our crew?
Any of our mutual friends and acquaintances?
Well, Adam Shortland jumped on in October.
Luton,
Yeah, we had to chat about Luton. But it's funny because on our university boys chat group, WhatsApp group, should I say, we all mentioned that we'd all had stinking seasons, which we have. No one's won anything.
No one's done well.
No. So obviously, got Man United to, stinker. Ipswich, we know what's happened there. West Ham nearly got relegated. Arsenal, well, then if whatever happened there. I'm trying to think who else. We all support different clubs, and none of them have done really well. And actually, Bogdan's got two. I think he supports Cambridge and Man United. And obviously, Cambridge got relegated, didn't they? So it's a double bump.
Man U didn't exactly have a great season to write home about either. So yeah.
No, exactly. So so in answer to your question, no, maybe next season. So
yeah. Well, like you said, though, I mean, it's you're talking to fans on a slightly different level here, aren't you? It's all about memories of the football club as well, not just about current events as well.
Yeah,
and that's what it's all about, mate. And we don't want to come on and go, well, what do you think of the Dino's off 4-2-3-1 formation that got deployed last? It's not about that. It's about finding out about you and finding out about the football club. And it's we're very strong, I guess, on our feeling on that, Morgan, aren't we?
Yeah, 100%. It's about It's about the fan, the story, what their opinion is of how things are going, how things have been, how things might look. That's the whole point of Beyond the South Stand. Well, the whole thing that we do. But yeah, so I guess that draws us nicely to the end of the pod. So thanks, Luke, for
thank you, Luke.
Wearing your Vickers.
No worries. Absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
It's been brilliant, and as I say, we'll have a lot more content over the summer, guys. Talking to fans of clubs that have won various competitions and been promoted. If you enjoyed our video, please like and subscribe our channel for more great content. And we are available on all social media channels: Facebook, Instagram, and X. Goodbye, everyone.